Hello, hello, hello there. What's going on, everyone? Hello, hello. Hello, good evening. So, friends, this is Anissa Renee. I am a Reiki Master Practitioner and an Energy Wellness Coach, and I help women over 40 with chronic pain, chronic illness, inflammation, anxiety, and stress. As a result of what I do, my clients and customers are empowered and inspired to take back their health and walk into the wellness. Give me a moment, you guys. I'm going to invite some folks to the live video. Give me 1 second. Just bear with me. Hello. I'm not sure who's on it, but thank you so much for joining me on the live. I was just about to invite some more people to the live video. We're going to talk about what to expect after receiving a Reiki Energy treatment. What to expect after receiving Reiki. I'm going to share some of my experiences after receiving Reiki. All right, we're going to get started. Just bear with me. I do apologize. I'm just inviting some folks to the live, and then we'll get started here. Okay, so what to expect. Hello, Jerry. Thank you so much for joining and jumping on tonight. Hey, Paulette, thank you so much for joining the live. All right, so I'm going to get into it, you guys. What to expect after a Reiki energy treatment. Drop a 1. Let me know if you guys have ever had Reiki. 1 if you've had Reiki before. And then also let me know what city and what state you're from. You can comment that below. So anyway, I'm going to get right into this. What to expect after receiving a Reiki energy treatment. So I'm going to be sharing from what my client has experienced and what I've heard other people have experienced. Okay. So the first thing people usually tell me that happens is they have a healing reaction after receiving Reiki. They will have a healing reaction. A healing reaction will show up immediately or like the next day after receiving a treatment. I've had people on my table who started laughing while receiving treatment. Some people started crying. Some people have gotten angry, or just a range of emotions will show up after receiving a Reiki energy treatment. So I've had people have all sorts of healing reactions. I've heard people always state they have a sense of peace, a sense of relaxation, so they feel so much better after they receive a treatment. Some people have more balance. They're more balanced. They're more grounded. They feel less stress. They feel less anxious after having a treatment. So that's some of the positive that I've heard after a Reiki energy treatment. I've even heard people say they've gained more clarity, insight, and wisdom and discernment after receiving Reiki energy. And they also gain more confidence after receiving Reiki energy. But on the other hand, I've heard some not so good things after receiving Reiki energy treatment. I've heard people say, Anissa, the next day I had a slight headache. That is normal. That's part of the healing reaction to have a slight headache. Some people will, I've had people say they felt nauseous right after having the Reiki treatment. And again, what happens with the healing reactions is when you are experiencing Reiki, the cells are absorbing that Reiki energy, right? And so the cells are releasing toxin. So when that happens, you have a healing reaction. Some people will cry, some people will laugh, because those cells, remember, cells hold energy, right? Your cells hold, the cell holds trauma. So if you've had any past traumas in your life, whether it occurred in your childhood or it occurred in your adulthood, the cell holds memory and it holds on to that trauma. So when you're getting that energy treatment, a lot of times what happens is it will release those traumas. It will release that toxin. So that's why you'll see people will have emotions such as crying, laughter, anger. Some people feel nauseous. Some people have headaches. So what I told a lot of my clients after receiving Reiki treatment, don't go home and have a full blown out meal. Have something very light and drink plenty of water. Hey Suzanne, hello there. Hello April. Drink plenty of water. Keep your cells nice and hydrated. Keep your body hydrated. Don't go and have something really heavy if you hadn't had like a lunch or dinner or whatever time it is. To have something really light. Especially if you've never had a Reiki treatment or energy treatment. Okay, so have something very light. Drink you plenty of water. Keep your body very hydrated. Okay, because your body is taking in those. The cells are taking in that energy. The body is knowing what to do. Is trying to self heal itself. Okay, so it's going to release things that it doesn't need. So that's why you will have those healing reactions. So you'll hear people say, oh, I didn't feel well after getting a Reiki treatment. And that's quite normal, guys. So don't be alarmed that happened. Hey, Valerie, thank you so much for jumping on the live. That's anybody. I'm going to stop there for a minute. Anybody have any questions? Any questions so far? Any questions regarding Reiki energy treatment? Remember that Reiki is an alternative healing practice or self-care treatment. It's alternative, it's safe and effective, it's non-invasive. Anybody can have it. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be woman, child, even your pets, your animals can receive Reiki. Animals love Reiki. They absolutely love it. And children love it as well too. So yes, children can get Reiki. Animals can get Reiki. Adults, women, men, teenagers, everybody can get Reiki. It's just such a relaxing alternative. It's very soothing energy, very relaxing energy. And again, if you have never had one, I do have an upcoming event, which is happening Thursday night from 6 to 7 p.m. at my office. And I will post the flyer for those that are interested in, checking Reiki out because they've never experienced it. It's from 6 to 7 p.m. this Thursday night. I will post the flyer with all the location and directions. Jay, how do you maintain the benefit of the treatment? Depending on your level of personal health, some people only need a Reiki energy treatment maybe once or twice a month, depending on your personal level of health. Okay, if somebody is very healthy, they work out, they eat healthy, they take herbal supplements, they dealt with their traumas, they're dealt with their past issues, they've done it in the work. Basically, those type of people are just going to need what we call a monthly tune-up. Hey, Makita. Hey, Sonia. How are you guys? Thank you so much for jumping on live. They're not going to need a treatment every week, okay? But then you may have somebody, Jerry, that's on, say, stage 4 cancer. Now, if I have a client that's dealing with stage 4 cancer, it's serious. So I'm going to tell them they may want to consider a healing grid. They may want to consider getting attuned. The attunement is a process. It's a 2-day process where a master will have to attune them so they can receive that Reiki energy. And then I would suggest that the entire family get attuned. So each family members can take turns giving that person that has stage 4 cancer a Reiki treatment. And they basically, if they're at stage 4, they need Reiki 24 hours or as much as possible. So those type of people, they would need to come into the office as much as they could, or they could be self-healing themselves because they are attuned and they can do Reiki on themselves, or family members could do Reiki on them. And then also we could, as a Reiki master, we could put them on a healing grid. Now, when I build a healing grid, I'm using crystals and I'm using the Reiki energy. Alrighty. I hope that answers your question, Jerry. Hello, Makita. Thank you. Yes, Reiki is awesome. It sure is awesome. Hey, Valerie. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody else have any questions regarding Reiki? So yeah, as a Reiki master, we do build healing grids. We basically set up crystals and we have the Reiki symbols and we build a grid. It's a healing grid and we check it and make sure that the healing grid is still receiving energy. We can walk away from the grid. We don't have to stand there and watch the grid or monitor. We do monitor. We have to monitor the healing grid to make sure the energy is still operating. And when we build these grids, we ask you to send some personal items over to us, and we build a grid. This is for people that have chronic illness and diseases that we suggest a healing grid. A healing grid would not be something I would suggest for somebody that's in good health and their vitality is great. Their energy levels are great. A practitioner should not be suggesting a healing grid. Only when people are extremely sick that we would suggest a healing grid. At that time, you need Reiki as much as possible. If you have a real chronic disease going on, you need it as much as you can get. You need it every day, 24 hours, actually, to be honest with you, 24 hours, especially if you have a stage 4 cancer diagnosis. Yes. Any other questions, you guys? Any other questions? Any other questions regarding? Hey, Faith. Hey, Nakia. Any other questions? Hello. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. Make sure to share this video and, or tag your friends or family that may be interested in Reiki and they're not quite sure, they have questions. Share the video or tag them in the video so they can watch it and they can get an understanding of Reiki. Hey, Faith. Clearing, good for us. Oh, yes. Thank you so much for joining on the live. Thank you. Any other question, you guys, regarding Reiki? Because this is the time. Don't be shy. What is the Valerie says, what is the definition of extremely sick? There are some chronic diseases that episodes of sickness. Okay, so let me break that down. What I mean by chronic illness, I'm talking about like stage 4 cancers, really like lupus, fibromyalgia. I'm talking about chronic sickness such as those. Those type of sickness and diseases, I would suggest a healing grid. But if we're talking about, let's say, lower back pain, somebody has lower back pain and it's just occasionally, I would not suggest a healing grid. I would tell them to come in at least once or twice a month. And it also depends because I do make people fill out our health assessments and I do look at have they been in accidents and what else is going on in their lives. So that also plays a part. Like if you had a lot of if you had a lot of car accidents, so those cells never release that trauma. So we may need to do more than one treatment in a month. You may need to do 3 treatments in a month. Yes, such as autoimmune disease, lupus, Graves, those type of diseases, we probably will put you on a healing grid. Fibromyalgia, you're in chronic pain. I have a sister right now, she's always in pain. So we attuned her so she could self-Reiki herself. But with fibromyalgia, she needs to really change her diet, which my sister is changing her diet. She works out. You definitely, to be honest, guys, if you have any type of autoimmune disease, you need to go raw for 30 days or longer. Some people that have these type of chronic diseases need to go raw for 30 days or longer. 30 days to longer to get the acidity out of their bodies. Thank you so much. Match is a autoimmune awareness month. March. Oh, March. Okay, you meant March. Excuse me. Yeah, so anybody that like that's the first thing when I'm dealing with we had a young lady. She was not even 30, you guys. She had stage 4 cancer. And we went to go see her in Boston at Dana Farber. And the first thing I was like, oh my gosh, she does not need to be. I don't understand why the hospital give uh, cancer patients certain foods. They need to be on raw foods, period. And then I just read an article, you guys, where they were saying that now they're prescribing healthier foods for people with those type of illnesses, because now they're like, oh, you just now realizing that food heals. You know, they just realized, and they're putting it. I just saw like an article. I just read an article where they're now saying doctors are now prescribing healthy foods. Well, they should have been doing that from day one. They should have been saying that from day one. But now they're doing it. Now they're saying it's important about your diet to use foods, and I'm talking about the raw foods, uncooked, unprocessed, no meats, no dairy, no processed sugar. Those are I'm talking about completely raw, no cooked. Okay, to heal your body, and plus you have to add the supplements and you have to do the mindset work, because healing starts here first. It starts with your mindset, okay? Because you have to be thinking a certain way. All right, you have to be thinking in a certain way in order to heal the body too. You got to eat a certain way. You got to think a certain way. You got to work out. It's not healing is not a one and done. It's like multiple layers. You have your mental, your emotional, your physical, and your spiritual. All those have to be aligned to be completely whole and healed. You got to work on your mental. You got to work on that mindset. You gotta work on your mindset. You gotta speak healing over your life. It's so important. Like, words are so powerful. They're so important. Words can literally kill you, or you can live. So we have to be careful with our words, and we have to be careful what we're thinking in our thoughts. So we have to work on those thoughts, and we have to work on what we're letting out of these two lips. We have to be mindful of that as well. Even if you're some people, even if they're like eating organic and they're working out, they're doing everything, but they have a really bad negative mindset, they're not going to heal. They're not going to heal. It's going to come back. The illness, disease will come back. They have to heal the mind too. So it's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. It's 4 levels to healing, multiple layers of healing. Multiple layers. Thank you so much for the hearts. I hope this helps. Hey, Cheryl, thank you so much for jumping on. Well, you guys, I'm not going to hold you long. I just wanted to share what to expect, because there's a lot of misinformation out here, you guys. So I just wanted to share information. I wanted to introduce to you guys, alternative healing. Look at alternative healing. I know a lot of people, some people don't believe in it, but just open your mind a little bit and just try it out. At least you can say you tried it out, you educated yourself, you looked into it. So that's what I'm bringing to the table with my platform. Hey, Ronald. And if you guys do not mind sharing, I'm going to, if you'll follow me on my business page, because this is my personal page, that'll be awesome. Thank you, Jerry. You're welcome. You are so welcome. I hope these live help. They help, and they take the spookiness away from alternative healing. Alternative healing works, guys. It works. It works. That's what our ancestors did. They didn't have all this modern medicine. Okay, they didn't have all this modern pills and stuff. They didn't do that, but they were able to. They healed themselves. They were able to self-heal. So I want to bring some of these practices back, and some of these ways of healing our bodies and our souls and our spirits. Okay, bring them back and start utilizing what our ancestors did to heal. It is possible to heal. And don't get me wrong, like, some people are ready to go, and that was their time. That's their time. We all have a designated date and time. And some people don't want to be here, and they're ready to leave. They've done everything. They have completed their assignment, and they're ready to go. So we have to, lovingly let people go that are ready to go. And that's fine, because they came to do what they were supposed to do. Okay? So some people decide to leave because they don't want to be here. They don't want to be in these bodies. They don't want to keep suffering. They don't have the will to keep going. They don't have the the power, or they've done everything. Sometimes people have come and did what they were supposed to do, so they leave, and that's fine. That was, I mean, they don't. First of all, I don't believe in death. I believe that we transition. We transition. Okay, so our ancestors are here. They can hear us. We can speak to them. They never truly leave us. They're just in another dimension. They just transition. So I don't believe in death, and that's a whole different topic. So I don't want to go there. We have to have I have to have a private conversation about what I believe. But anywho, you guys, thank you so much for jumping on the live tonight. I'll be back tomorrow with some more information to share with you guys. And I hope these live help you guys. Be sure to share and to tag your friends and your family. But I'll be coming back doing these lives to share information and to share value. And with that being said, thank you so much for jumping on tonight. Have a wonderful Sunday. Remember, you have all the power. You have all the power to self-heal and to create your reality. You have the power, and it's time that we take that back. So have a good night. I'll see you guys on the next live.